During the late 80s and early 90s, 4 young girls who lived near Melbourne, Australia, were attacked and sexually assaulted by an anonymous man wearing a black ski mask who calls himself Mr. Cruel. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. If you make it to the end of the video, let me know. If you enjoy it, let's continue on with the story. The first victim of these 4 girls got attacked at roughly 4 a.m. on August 22nd, 1987. Mr. Cruel entered her home by removing a glass pane from the living room window. Upon arriving, he had a knife and a gun both in his hands and forced the families to get on their stomachs. He took the parents and bound their hands and feet up together and shoved them in a closet, and then he took the 6-year-old son and tied him to his bed with surgical tape. The primary victim, who was the 11-year-old daughter, she was never actually publicly identified, but she was molested for 2 hours in her own home. When Mr. Cruel left, he took some vinyl records and a blue coat, but left no physical trace behind. The second out of his 4 crimes occurred on December 27, 1988 at 4:45 a.m. Mr. Cruel broke into the Wills home and held the father at gunpoint, and reports say that Mr. Cruel said to the father, "Don't be a hero," and then he bounded up the man and his wife with copper wire. Mr. Cruel then cut the telephone line and went into the bedroom of 10-year-old Sharon Wills while her 2 sisters were sleeping and took Sharon from her bed. He then gagged her, collected some of her clothing, and took her to an unknown location where he proceeded to sexually assault her. 18 hours later, she was found walking along a road in the nearby suburb, and she was definitely traumatized, but luckily still alive. After she was found, she told police that she repeatedly heard aircraft flying overhead, which led police to believe that wherever she was brought happened to be in the flight path of the nearby airport. The third girl who fell victim of Mr. Cruel was 13-year-old Nicola Linus. At 11:40 p.m. on July 3rd, 1990, Mr. Cruel broke into the household while the parents were out at a party. Nicola and her 15-year-old sister were sleeping when Mr. Cruel woke them up while holding a knife and a gun. He tied up Nicola's sister and then forced Nicola to find her school uniform. He then abducted Nicola and stole a car from the driveway, which he then proceeded to drive around for about 10 minutes and then parked the car about 1 kilometer or a little over half a mile away from the house. He then moved both of them to a second vehicle where he drove to a house and held Nicola there for 2 days. On July 5th, she was found alive next to an electricity substation around 5 kilometers or 3.1 miles away from home. Although she was fully clothed and wrapped in a blanket, the chilling sight was that her eyes were fully taped shut, and looking at the past crime, you can probably assume it was with surgical tape, which is pretty intense. And Nicola later told police that, like the last victim, she also heard very low aircraft flying overhead. The 4th and final crime committed by Mr. Cruel is not like the others, because this one involves murder. On April 13th, 1991, 13-year-old Carmine Chan was babysitting her 2 younger sisters when Mr. Cruel confronted her in the kitchen. He grabbed her by the hair and then pushed a bed against the door of the room that the other 2 sisters were in to trap them in there. Before leaving the home with Carmine, Mr. Cruel left some red herrings around the place. Mr. Cruel spray painted the mom's car with the words "Payback, Asian drug dealer," and more to come, and this is because he wanted police to believe that she was affiliated with some type of drug dealing, which this was not true. The following year, on April 9th, Carmine's body was found dead in a landfill area of a creek where police found 3 gunshot wounds in her head. After this murder case, Mr. Cruel went off the radar, and it's believed that he never struck again. Authorities invested roughly 4 million Australian dollars into this case. Up to 40 investigators interviewed 27,000 people. They also checked 30,000 homes. They also arrested over 70 different people to try and track down this man, yet still to this day, they have not found the true identity of him. So previously, there was a reward out to lead the police to finding him, and that was 100,000 Australian dollars. As of April 2016, they raised this to 1 million Australian dollars. The chilling part about this entire story is that Mr. Cruel is probably still out there, and police describe him as highly intelligent, mainly because of his 4th and final crime being premeditated. Even though the people to do these terrible acts are insane, they're still highly intelligent to be able to pull something like this off. The reason police know that this was premeditated is because Carmine Chan's home was protected by a 2-meter or 6.5-foot tall fence with electric front gates, and there was a specific way to get past these. So for him to be able to break into the home, he had to have watched this family for a little while to see how and when he would be able to sneak in. Now obviously, like I've been saying, there are no pictures of his face uncovered, but here's the police sketch we have. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you would like to see more story form content like this, please let me know in the comments. If you have any suggestions of stories you've heard but you want to hear them from me in more detail, then please let me know, and please give this video a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe to the channel for more content. If you're new around here, I plan on making more videos like these, so just stick around, and if this video does good, I will definitely put more effort into making more of these. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next video.